We're talking about selling your home for top dollar, all right? And I'm not talking about selling it for the fastest or the most convenient. I'm talking about how do we get the most money. Today, I'm going to give you 5 tips to sell your home for the most money. And I'm saving the best tip for last. So make sure you watch till the end. So number 1, you got to make your house very easy to be shown, all right? Vacant is the best because we can do a lockbox. We can have agents meet people there when they want to see it anytime, any day. All right. That's the most important, because what if you only want to show during work hours, right? Well, what if the buyer out there that's willing to give you top dollar has the same work hours as you, right? Wouldn't be crazy, right? Because you like the house and that person that might have a similar job as you, right? And they might like the house, but now you've kind of taken away that opportunity for it to be shown that day, right? Or, some people, they don't like to show on Sundays. It's family day or religious day or whatever. Well, there's a lot of people that only are available to go see things on Sundays too, right? That's their only day off or whatever. So you have to make the house very accessible, and you can't make it like, you can only come during daytime or anything like that. It should be any time. You have to make it available for the house to be shown, or for me to show the house to that potential buyer, all right? Accessibility, that's the number 1 thing, okay? And if you can't totally vacate your house, let's say, well, you don't have anywhere else to go, right? I totally get that, but you still have to make it as vacant as possible, all right? So if you're planning on moving and selling your house anyways, you need to start thinning out your stuff like majorly, all right? Like pack up all the stuff you're not using. You're clearing the countertops now. You don't have, your closets aren't full to the brim with a bunch of stuff. Like things are being boxed out. You're putting it in the garage. It's looking like it's a model home, right? Oh, there's furniture in here, but there's really no one living here. That's how you want it to seem, because the more it looks like your house too, the less likely they feel it's their house, right? So, which brings us to the next one. Number 2 is the condition of your home, all right? How does it show, all right? Does it need a new coat of paint? I almost think that when you're selling your house, you should always repaint the house. It just freshens it up, gives it that kind of freshly paint smell even, right? If you have accent walls or something like that, get it back to neutral, all right? I mean, I don't know how many times I've gone and shown a property and someone says, oh, I hate the paint color. And I always tell them, hey, you can just paint. It's not a big deal, right? But they can't get over it, right? They see the house in that way now, right? It might look great with your stuff, but it might not be their color scheme of choice either, right? Even outside, if you haven't painted your exterior for like many years, a freshening up of the outside does wonders as well too, all right? Do you need new flooring? Do you have some old carpet or something? Or you have some really outdated like tiles or something like that? Because everyone's going to newer flooring these days, all right? So you might want to consider that. Are your bathrooms updated? Is your kitchen updated? The kitchen is probably the number 1 thing to invest money on, okay? If you have like old countertops, old cabinets, making those more updated will help you sell for more money for sure. Bathrooms, I would say start with the master bathroom, all right? If it's outdated as well too, you have those old tile countertops or whatever, maybe look into updating those. If you have the Hollywood vanity lights, right, you might want to update those things, but you definitely have to let it show as nice as possible. You want it to be move-in ready, all right? If you want to sell for top dollar, you can't leave projects for the next buyer, all right? Everything's got to be, everything's done already. Of course we're willing to pay a little extra because we don't have to do anything, all right? How are your appliances? Do you have old white appliances still or something like that? Get some stainless appliances. It's worth the investment, all right? Think of it as investing, all right? What if you were to invest $10,000 into the house to freshen it up, right? What if it was able to get you an extra $25,000 on the sale now, right? Well, that's good ROI, right? You invested $10K and you got $25K more, or whatever the numbers are. That's like, you can almost look at it as like a little mini flip, right? Except you already own the house, right? You just need to put a little money into it because the current state of your home is worth this much. Let's put a little bit into it and then it's worth this much, all right? So it's kind of like you're reinvesting money into your house already to get the top dollar again. All right. Number 3 is definitely, let's not skimp out on marketing now, okay? You need high quality marketing, all right? That means professional photography, drone footage. If you live in a nice area, you want to have, 3D walkthroughs, all right? high quality, high end marketing is very important. Like if you live in like a luxury community or something like that, you're probably going to need high quality like print material too, brochures and things like that. Like just don't skimp on the marketing, because everything helps gets more eyes on it. All right, please do not miss anywhere online where your house can be listed. All right, it's really important. The more people see your house, the more you'll be able to sell it for. Okay, I'm not a believer in this whole pocket listing thing. It's exclusive, I don't believe in that. I think more people see it, more chances to sell. So when you're ready to list your house, make sure the real estate agent that you choose has a marketing plan, and ask them, what is your marketing plan? How does that look like? What do you do? All right, it's important to know. All right, because that's kind of what you're paying for. Number 4. All right, number 4 is consider staging your property. All right, if you have a larger home and it is vacant already and it just looks like a bunch of open spaces, it might be worth to do staging. All right, so it kind of helps people envision what it's like to have the house once they're living there, because sometimes if it's totally vacant, I know I told you to vacate the house, but now I'm telling you to make it look like a model home. Okay, that's kind of what I'm saying here. All right, so the cool thing nowadays is there is virtual staging. All right, so if you don't want to rent a bunch of furniture, you can actually virtually stage it. Right, so we'll take pictures of your house vacant, and we can just it's kind of like you Photoshop like appliances, furniture, things like that, and it just makes it feel more like a home, I guess, for some people. All right, so definitely consider staging, because it will help how your property is seen and how it's marketed as well too. Okay, and finally, number 5, it's last but it's not least at all right, you need to offer some type of incentive. Okay, in our current real estate market right now, interest rates are much higher than what we've been used to. Okay, so what we see a lot of people doing right now is offering incentives like an interest rate buy down for the buyer. Right, you see it with new homes a lot. Right, they're like, oh, buy our house, use our mortgage company, and we'll give you a 5% rate. Okay, you can do that with your house too. Even though it's a resale, you can just offer any buyer out there, hey, I'll pay for a rate buy down for you, so your payments are lower, and then you can afford to pay me this really high price. So I mean, that's another strategy I would suggest doing. Offer some type of incentive. Again, these are all my tips to sell your house for top dollar, the most money you can get for it. Okay, and some of these strategies will require some money and some investment into it, but just know you're going to get a return that's going to be higher than what you invest into it. All right, hey, be sure to check out my other videos on my channel. It's got a lot of information on there. I appreciate you watching this, and if you're ready to sell your home or have a conversation about it at least and come up with a plan, please feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to talk to you about it. All right, thanks for watching.